What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh episode for your Monday. Hope you guys are doing well, had a great week out there, and are starting out another one with a hot start. Welcome into the show today. We have our number one co-host here with us, as if we had another one.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there another one I don't know about?
She is here with us. She is thriving. She's golden. She's happy. Her name is Savannah. She's joining us. How are you?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm pumped. How are you?
I'm great.
Are you excited to be here, or are you excited to be here?
I am excited to be here, always.
I am sitting here, and we are watching one kid on a monitor and one kid on the couch.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is the life.
So we came to you last week, and you're probably going to hear some little baby coos today.
Little grunts.
Little cries probably, who knows. But I don't know. I forgot. What do we record when we had Jack? Like, how do we do it?
I don't know.
I literally don't remember.
We probably kind of talked about how everything happened a little bit. Maybe,
No. I'm talking about without them making noise.
Truthfully,
because he's not on a schedule yet, so
probably this.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Anyway, Tate is here joining us. He's going to be an honorary.
He's an audience member.
Honorary mic man will come in at some point.
Yes,
but
likely.
Tell us about the last week, man. What a week! What a week! If we've ever had one,
I know. Because truthfully, it almost has been a week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everything kind of went down on Tuesday night, and the show's released Monday. So it's we're approaching that, which is insanity to me. Like, how has it almost been a week?
You only have 52 weeks in a year. One of those is already almost gone, and then he'll be a whole year old. Think about
that. Can you just settle down? There's literally not even a need. Can't even
think that far.
No. But yeah, it's been really good. We're just obviously lacking a little bit in the sleep department, as most are that have a baby. But what do you want me to?
Overall, we're in pretty good shape though. So, all right, well, let's walk back through the last week.
Yes.
Let's do a little catch up. This is what people are here for.
Yeah.
We're having a baby last week. We literally said the next time we come, we're having a baby.
I know.
And we're sitting home.
I don't know.
Less than a week later.
It's not a blur. It just feels like a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Like, how has it already all happened? That's what I feel like. Like, it was literally yesterday that we were like,
That's what it felt like, yeah.
So we recorded last show, and then whatever.
Recorded last week, airs on Monday. Monday was a full day
normal
of work for me.
Ish. Like, I was by Monday.
Oh no, I had to come home. Yeah,
you came home.
Yeah,
I was not doing well.
Yeah,
and which all makes sense now, right? Like, but I come Monday, yeah. I was not doing great. I was embarrassed. I had to call you to come home because I was feeling so bad. Also, that was the day that I was like, he's not moving a lot.
Yeah.
Which is a sign of labor, by the way. Not decreased movement, but slow movement. So I ended up calling you to come home, and you worked from home a good bit that day. Yeah. Just to kind of help because I was so unwell. And then Tuesday
pretty much took the day off, I think.
I think you were home a good... Oh, we took to the dentist.
Yeah.
That's what that was. So you were home a good bit, went to breakfast, all that fun stuff. And I think you did some work in the afternoon and came home. You did the mailbox because y'all were outside most of the day. And then... So the plan was for me to be induced.
Was that Tuesday night? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
No, we didn't get it in the ground. I built it on Monday. Put it in the ground on Tuesday. That's what it was.
Yeah, you're right. Because we did dinner at home both nights, which I'm thankful for now. But so Tuesday night came. You know what's so funny is we did get our steak dinner.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we just prepared them.
Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of, I guess no one else can understand that.
There's a hospital locally. If you go have a baby there, you get a steak dinner the night before.
or
the day
night,
after.
the day after.
If you go to induce, you get the night before. If you go the day after, you get it.
Yeah. But we don't deliver at that hospital, so I was like, oh, you don't get a steak dinner.
But we cooked fillets
We
that
planned,
night.
yeah, and Jeremiah grilled steaks, and it was just the three of us at home, and we had dinner, and it was
nice. It was sweet.
nice. It was sweet, and I was trying really hard to just enjoy it because I was just still.
You were dying.
I was so uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
I just was not feeling good, and so we did that, and then Jeremiah's parents came and picked up Jack because we were supposed to be at the hospital by 6
a.m.
And yes, a.m. And so we're like, that's too early to try and coordinate anything. It'll be easier on everybody for him to just go ahead and go over there tonight. So they picked him up. It was like between 7:30 and 8. It ended up being a little bit later. And then we decided to
the store.
Everything had been packed. So we needed to run to the store and get a couple things for Jack. We did like a little present for Jack from Tate, and I accidentally hyped it up too much because, at this point we're so tired. We're like, I wanted to go get in the bed, and you had been working outside and whatever. So, but I had told Jack, like, you're getting a present. Like, Tate,
he was waiting.
He was waiting on. Like, if you had talked to Jack about Tate coming, his two things were that he associated it with were getting to go to the hospital and getting a present. Yeah. Like, that's what he knew. So I was like, we have to go get this. So anyways, we go to the store.
I pushed through the tiredness and
right. You sure did. Yeah. We go to the store and we're walking around, and I was actively dying. Like, I was like, I've never been this uncomfortable in my entire life. I mean, I'm being dramatic, but I wasn't having.
It was one of the times, though.
Yes.
I mean, it was one of the more uncomfortable you've ever been.
100%. I was not having consistent contractions. I think we talked about me thinking that I was in labor.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
I was not having consistent contractions, but my back was absolutely killing me, like constant. It wasn't like come and go to where I thought it could be contractions. My lower back, I could not get relief. And so I just chalked it up to just me. I had been pretty active to that day, and just, my weight was distributed differently. I was like, maybe I'm just finally to that point of being so big that I'm just miserable all the time. So we come home, and I finished doing some stuff around here and took a shower. That I'm thankful for that too. I don't know what you were doing. You're watching basketball or something. And I came out here and I sat down on the couch, and we were just kind of talking. I was like, it was like 10:30 at this point, right? That's what we said, between 10 and 10:30. And I was like, I think I'm just going to take some Tylenol and try to get some sleep, because also, I don't know if anybody else has ever gone through this, but the night before, like, if you're getting induced, you kind of feel like a kid on Christmas. Like, you're so just anticipating. Oh my goodness. You're just anticipating everything. And so I was like, I know it's going to be hard for me to sleep regardless of the physical discomfort that I already have. I'm just really ready to get this thing going. So I was like, I'm going to take some Tylenol and go to bed, whatever. We spare everybody the details, but basically my water broke.
We were just sitting here talking.
We're just sitting here talking, and I was like, that was weird. And so, did a little more investigating to make sure that's actually what happened. And what I had decided was I'm going to go kind of get ready. And, well, at least I said I was going to fix my hair, because I can sleep on it and it will still look okay the next day. And so I was like, I really wanted to do that anyways, but I had gotten too tired to do it. But I was like, because if your water breaks, it doesn't stop coming. Even if it's not like the movies. So I don't know what your population of listeners is. But, a lot of people are like, oh, the water breaks and it's everywhere, and it just is this huge big thing. But more often than not, that's not what happens.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit. So, but they say if that's what it is, it doesn't stop. It just kind of slowly goes. So I was like, well, if anything, I'll have my hair curled, and if it wasn't that, then I'll be fine and clean, and we'll just get in the bed and go in the morning. But if it is that, then I'll know by the time I'm done. I could not even get the like thing heated up all the way before it like.
Yeah, did you turn that off?
Yeah, I packed it.
Okay.
Because I was like, I just started throwing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, you talking about me. I was like, no.
So I couldn't even get it fully heated up before I did have like the movie moment of it, like, you know, whatever. And so it was 10:30, almost 11 in between that. So Jeremiah was freaking out. He calls my best friend. I'm like, you know, trying to kind of get my life together and figure it out. He's calling her like, I think this just happened. Like, blah, blah, blah. I think we're gonna go. Like, surely not. He's like trying to convince me that that's not what it was. And
well, because we had written off this as an option.
Yeah, we totally just had like accepted the fact that
first go around with Jack, there was no cervix movement. Like you were nowhere close to having a baby. Like on your own.
But this time things had progressed, and I had so many contractions that I was like, if nothing's happened, then that's going to be really confusing for me because I never experienced this last time. So if I experience,
but I also didn't know how far you could get dilated before your water breaks. I mean, could you get
everyone's
8 centimeters?
Everyone's so different.
Because I knew you were a couple, but I was like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, you know, last time too, though, like I was almost 7 and it hadn't broken. So like it just depends on the person and everything. So, anyways, we get in the car, we go, and Jeremiah's going like 95 the whole way, and but at this point too, I was like, it's okay. I haven't even been having contractions consistently. Like, you know, we're not gonna have a car, baby. Like, it's okay. Yeah. But no, I
but
too.
That's like what you got to do for the.
Well, and I was going to tell you this, but I too was like anxious a little bit. Like I wanted to just be there. Yeah. To know that like we were there and it was fine. But anyways, we got there after literally. I think I looked at Life360 and it was like 15 minutes.
It was 18.
Was it 18 by the time we got parked? It was so quick, and we are not only 15 minutes away from there.
Yeah, that's normally a 28 to 30 minute drive.
But it was like late at night, too.
Yeah, it was 11 o'clock.
So we didn't have any traffic or anything. But we got there. We go to the little triage area, and I told them that I was scheduled for an induction like the next morning at 6. So they just called up to the unit and were like, hey, she's here. She says her water broke. Because I haven't done anything at this point other than put my name down on a sheet. So they were like, yeah, we'll just go ahead and take her. So that was nice because usually I feel like you go in and if you think you're in labor, they have to like evaluate you and do all the things. And then they decide to admit you like an hour or so later. But we got to skip all of that. And we just went upstairs in our room and got settled. I mean, settled.
Yeah.
Like we had nothing. Like you had to go get all the stuff, you know, by yourself. But, and then I pretty much like labored all night, and he was here at 6:58 in the morning. But we got admitted at probably between 11:30 and midnight. By the time we like got there, got admitted, got in the room.
My bone to pick is with these people that park in the labor spots, like. Yeah. There's like 6 spots right when you get into the parking deck.
Like right by the door.
Yeah, like right by the door. Active labor patients only. They're always full. We get there at 11:15. Oh.
I was like, in my mind, this is so silly. But I was like, we're going to get to park in the active labor spot. Like, it's
this
real.
Is what it's made
and
for.
I'm actually in labor, and my waters were like, I need to just walk right inside. Yeah. Like, no. But we got lucky, and
we got a better spot.
We got a better spot.
Yeah.
Like this,
we got a better spot.
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, it was good.
Okay, well, let's not just skim through that night because that night was the longest night of our life.
Yeah. So let's keep in mind.
I didn't have a baby pushing on me. I will say that, but neither one of it. This was at midnight. This was 11 o'clock.
So let's keep in mind, like we had a full day, right?
We
just said that.
I was up at 5 o'clock that morning.
Yeah, you worked. I had Jack, and you worked outside, and we got to the store. Like we had a full day. And then this happens at 10:30, 11, and then we get there, and I'm literally in labor. And I had previously not really experienced a ton of contractions without my water being broken. They are much more intense when your water is broken because you lose some of the cushion. I think we talked about that before.
Fluid, yeah.
So that was a much more intense for me. We got there. I was on between a 3 and a 4. So they said that usually if you come in like that, you know, prior to an induction naturally, that they usually will just like let your body do its thing. They won't start any medications to help things progress until like your doctor can be there. So that's what they said. We're just going to keep you comfortable, monitor you, let your body do its thing, and we'll see kind of when your doctor gets here in the morning what he thinks and where you're at. Cool. So that's all fine. That about midnight, I'm like 4. By 3 o'clock, I was very uncomfortable.
She was dying. And this will be etched in history. You're not waiting as long next time.
To get the epidural?
Correct.
I don't know. I don't know why I wouldn't. I really don't know why I wouldn't.
Because you were dying.
Because I was miserable after I got it. For different reasons.
For different reasons, though.
Because I was hurting so bad and I couldn't move.
That may not be the thing next time, though.
Maybe.
Because you're not going to have a massive baby.
But I won't know anything differently than having it that late.
Maybe.
But I do not like the fact that I cannot move. Like, I will die on that hill.
Could you not move your waist at all?
I could, like, wiggle it a little bit, but, like, you don't realize how heavy the bottom half of your whole body is.
Oh, I remember. Trust me, I dropped your leg. I remember.
Okay. Well, I was just like...
Any human's leg is heavy. That's like, you know how much muscle
bone
is on it?
I can only use my arms to move my whole lower half of my body. And let's keep in mind, I'm still 39 weeks pregnant. Like, I still have that to move, too. And so,
that's a pretty lame excuse.
Yeah, whatever. So, anyways, I got the epidural, and I was borderline more uncomfortable than I was before because the contractions.
Pretty much because you whined all night. We were up all night.
Yeah, nobody could get any sleep. So, I got the epidural, and I had her check me, and I was, like 6 and a half, or 4? I don't remember.
No, you were 6. Yeah,
6. Like 4-ish. After and I was just still so uncomfortable. It was my back. It was all my back. I could not. It took a while to get it to where the epidural was actually working, and I couldn't feel everything in the front because again.
But then it worked too good, and you couldn't feel that side the rest of the day.
Yeah, that took forever to like gain that back, but because it's like gravity, and so if you like. I was laying on that side so much that it all went to that side, and then it took forever for me to regain feeling there. But I got it and tried to get comfortable. Max like 30 minutes. I think you might have gotten like 45 minutes of sleep. Maybe.
You slept a little bit.
A little bit.
I think we slept 30 minutes. We catnapped.
It was between 30 minutes and an hour. No longer than an hour. But and so I had her come back in there at 5 something probably.
It was early because I left at 5:05.
So go get McDonald's.
No, it was at 5:15.
It was in the 4 to 5 o'clock hour. Like that's how quick it was. Like I got the epidural at 3, and by the time I was situated and napped, like it was still before 5 o'clock in the morning that we were back awake. And so she checked me, and what was I, like a 8?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. 7, like I was progressing, thankfully. Or no, I don't think I was at that point. I don't think she checked me. Anyways, so I'm just trying to get comfortable. Jeremiah goes and gets McDonald's for breakfast.
2 for 2, baby.
It's a trend here. And then she comes back about 5:45 or so, because we're thinking my doctor's there between 6 and 6:30, and she comes back and she's like, the doctor on call has been talking back and forth with your doctor, not like overnight, just in general. Like I guess he just told whoever was on call because they would be there when I got there at 6 a.m. Like that he wanted to be present for delivery because we were his last, which I assume. That's so funny. Like we went the rest of the week, and then no one.
I know. I wanted to be like the 6 weeks can't come soon enough because I have to know.
We can verify our information. Yeah. But anyway, she was like, the doctor on call. I spoke with him, and he wants to be present for the delivery. So like he wants me to go ahead and check you again to make sure, like if you're progressing faster, if he needs to come in a little bit early. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. She checked me at 5:50, and I was between an 8, almost a 9. So she's like, okay, I am going to go ahead and call him and tell him like he should probably go ahead and make his way over here. And just because like once things start like happening at the end, sometimes it goes quick. So she calls him and he says, like I think he was surprised that I'd come in, and he came. He got there in the room by 6:20, 6:15, maybe.
Yeah, it was like 6:20. Yeah.
He literally sits down, and he's so funny to me. He like gives no crap. Like he's
done it long enough.
He's done it for so long. He has great bedside manner. It's not that he is like rude.
Oh,
he just is like there's no funny there's no funny business, sir. He just started himself so bad. Did you see that? So anyways, he comes down and basically
when he's there, he's ready to work.
Yeah, he's ready to get this thing going. And we were joking, we're like, do you have a breakfast date or something? Like the way he came in and sat on the bed, he's like, all right, let's check you. And the funny thing is I never want to forget this. I was like almost in tears like 30 minutes earlier because of how bad my back hurt and because I could not get comfortable. And you and the nurse were kind of just like staring at me, trying to like figure out how to help me.
Yeah.
And y'all finally suggested flipping me on my left side, which if anybody knows anything about labor, like if you want anything to happen, you go to your left side. And I was like, okay, but I literally said, I really don't want to get flipped and get comfortable, and he's going to walk in maybe 10 minutes later and flip me on my back to check me. That's what I said. It couldn't have happened more like that. Y'all got me on my left side. Maybe 5 minutes went by, and he comes in there and flips all the lights on and was like, all right, let's see what we're doing. Let's have a baby. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I just made eye contact.
It's 6:15. It's 6:30 in the morning. Like it's not lunchtime.
No. And the
sun is barely up.
Yeah. And me and the nurse just made eye contact, and I just like so weakly was like, like I had just gotten whatever. He checks me and he's like, yep, you're a 10. Start pushing. And I was like, excuse me? Like in no way did I think that it was going to happen the second he walked in the room. So he gets me.
People will never understand. If you weren't there, you will never understand. We can sit here and say we were joking. There was no messing around.
No. And like, my poor nurse. He walked in,
sat down and said, start pushing.
He literally.
Like that's
I think
literally
he
what
shook
happened.
your hand and he came and like gave me a half hug or whatever and was like, we're going to have a baby today. And then sat down on the bed, checked me and said, all right, give me a practice push. And I was like, what?
Like less than 3 minutes probably, start to finish.
Yeah, from entering the room to telling me to push. And my poor nurse had nothing ready.
No, the room was nowhere close to going.
I mean, like, everything for me was fine, and the little baby bed was rolled in the corner. But like in her defense, I wasn't even supposed to be there until 6 o'clock.
But also the backside is like you've had all night to see that she's progressing pretty quickly. Like you should have had your stuff.
And
together.
I told
her,
her,
she was great.
I told her the story of our first, of like how well that progressed and how quickly everything happened once it started happening. So, anyways, it very quickly, like a bunch of people came in.
He walked out and said, all right.
We need some hands or whatever, and they quickly flipped the room. And I did feel so bad for her because she was she'd been a nurse for like 7 years. She was a great nurse. Yeah. It just like caught her. She just got
caught off guard.
By how quickly because less than 30 minutes later, she checked me and said in between an 8 and a 9.
Yeah.
And then he was like, no, you can push. And which also so confusing to me how subjective that is.
She was probably being a little cautious.
More reserved, and he was probably like, oh, no, we can get this thing going. So, because it is, like, you guess what you think they are. Anyway, so.
Yeah, he's not taking a tape measure in there.
No. So, anyways, he goes, and they flip the room, and we start pushing, and I was having some trouble. It was a struggle this time. Not that it wasn't last time, but we learned right after that.
Well, tell the reason for the struggle.
Well, I am. His head was turned. So, did you watch the TikTok that I sent you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's gonna blow your mind. They said, this is just a quick side note. I think we talked about in the podcast last week. I had prodromal labor.
Yeah.
So it was like very real contractions that don't progress, the positioning of their head can cause that.
That's why I wonder. Yeah.
And so doing things like curb walking and like the mile circuit, like force their
Helps
head
turn
to
the
move,
head, yeah.
and then the contractions become real and you can progress. You'll have to watch the video, and it all makes sense now. But anyways, so we learned that because of the position of his head, like and my pelvis, like things kept kind of getting stuck, and it was taking too much out of me to get him like over that like hump or whatever, of just like being able to come out. His heart rate dropped once, I think. He did have the cord wrapped around his neck once, but they said it was loose enough to where it didn't cause, like any damage. But one time his heart rate dropped. I never saw how low it got because, I'm just trying to like not die. And then one time they couldn't find it on the monitor. And when I tell you that was the longest, like 12 seconds of my life of them like trying to find it.
It was weird. He turned his head and was like,
Yeah, he turned his head, and I'll never forget the look on his face because he wasn't like scared, but he was like,
he was perplexed.
Yes, he was like, what's going on?
Yeah, It's like, this is the last one. We're not doing this today.
Well, you could just tell he was like, like, let's get that figured out so we can keep going. Because I wasn't going to keep going if we couldn't find the... Anyways, so they found it. He was fine. I got him out. Okay. I about died getting him out. I literally started seeing spots. He came out, and they were like, oh, he's so big. He's so big. They're like, he's a big baby, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. 9 pounds, 14 ounces.
You delivered a toddler.
I freaking delivered a toddler. The first thing, so one of my best friends, childhood best friends, works there. And so
a friend of a friend.
Yes.
That we are now friends with.
Yes. A friend of mine works there, and she worked during the day, and so she was gonna like be there during the day. So all this is happening like
this was right at shift change. That added to the chaos.
But like, why does that happen? That's happened twice. That like, stuff has happened at shift change for them. Anyways, so my new nurse is coming, and then at this point the baby, like, he'll have a nurse, and she more like the girl walks in, she was like, well, dang, just go on and get on with it. I guess you didn't want to wait on anybody today. And I just remember being like, what the heck? And she weighs him, and she was like, Savannah, you can just go ahead and take all your newborn diapers back because this thing barely fits over his butt. Like, he is big boy. He's like in the 98th percentile for height and weight. Yeah. So he was 9'14", and everybody's joking like, yeah, no wonder you were dying. But yeah, and he was perfectly fine. But we did have to, physically I was fine. Physically he was fine. He was, because of his size and how quickly he came out, breathing kind of fast. So we did have to wait a little bit to feed him, and we did have to monitor his blood sugars for 24 hours because of how big he was. But everyone asked me that we've told so far, like, did you have any idea? Like, did y'all know that he was big? No.
Yeah, we didn't.
I had no clue. We had not seen him or had any ultrasound or imaging done, any scans done since I was 20 weeks.
Yeah.
So, like, we had no way of knowing. He just told me, like, I was measuring on track, which, like, I was.
Which we talked about is a blessing in disguise.
No, 100%. Like, I think God did that, because if I would have known, I was already having some anxiety about some birth-related complications that, like, are very real, but I didn't see, like, they
could happen, but they probably wouldn't.
Right. And had I known his size,
it would have been a lot.
My anxiety about those certain things that I was already kind of iffy about would have been through the roof. Like, I would have been so anxious. And it would have made me more reserved and a lot more, like, stressed out going into giving birth.
It could have caused a lot more, like, blood pressure gets up, and then they start looking at different, like, the whole thing doesn't happen the way it happens. So
sorry, just
it
not
was
even conscious of my yawns anymore, I guess. But no, it was good. It was perfect. I'm so thankful that it happened the way it did. We had a very, very, very sleepy few days because we just couldn't get caught back up.
We napped like an hour that day.
Because we had to move rooms, and they were coming in and check blood sugars and coming in to check on me, and then we had people visit, and then, it's just all the things. And because we had him so early in the day.
We had another full day.
We had, that was a full day of people coming in to do things. Yeah. So,
but we got to go home a day early because of that.
We did. I was like, can we please leave?
We had him on Wednesday at 7.
We were out of there by Thursday at lunch.
So that was awesome.
I was so thankful because I just got to thinking about it, and I was like, if his blood sugars are fine and I'm feeling as good as I am and he hadn't lost any weight, I was like, I promise we'll take him to the pediatrician first thing Friday morning, but can we please go home? Because if all we're going to be doing sitting here,
this terribly uncomfortable bed.
Oh my, on that stupid bed. We got moved to a different floor, and we had a
ball in a room,
mansion of a room. Yeah. It was on the corner, and it had full size windows, and there was literally a table with chairs, a rocking chair, a regular recliner,
and a couch,
and my
bed
thing, and then all the stuff for the bed. It was
huge,
massive. Which I think too they did because somebody told them Jack Jennings was going to come visit. So,
and it didn't have all the baby stuff in it though. It didn't have the normal stuff because it wasn't a labor room.
Yes,
it was just a recovery room.
It was just a recovery room. So there was some of that gone. There was so much space, but there was an old surgery bed is what my bed was.
I would have loved it. I sat on it for 5 minutes and I was like, "Man, this was nice."
It just got old because I was like, "Please don't touch me."
You're sore. That would have gotten old if you had been normal.
Yeah,
it would have been
maybe.
Nice,
but I was so sensitive still. I was like, I don't want anything to move me once I get comfortable. But it was like a pressure injury bed. So it deflated and inflated at random spots at random times.
He'd probably get it.
Like it.
Yeah. It's probably not on back order either.
First of all, it was loud. Laying in it, it was loud.
Yeah.
And it never went off. The only way to turn it off was to unplug the whole bed.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy to me. How do you not have an off switch on something like that?
To unplug the whole bed.
Or a different programming or something. There's got to be some way to localize the movement.
If you unplugged the bed, then you can adjust it up and down.
Yeah.
And I had to adjust it up and down to be able to get Tate out of the bassinet. So I was like, I guess I'm just going to deal with it. But anyways.
It was good. Delivery was good. There was something that he didn't like about the delivery. There was just something I could tell. We've talked about it.
Johnson?
Yeah. Why it was so fast. There was something off. I just couldn't tell what it was.
It makes me want to ask him why he was so persistent. Because
there was no, if you've gone through labor, senior go through labor, whatever, you normally it's go through your contractions, you push 2 or 3 times, and you take a break. And then you wait till the next one. You
usually push 3 times during contraction. You push for 10 seconds, get your breath back.
3 more times.
Do that 3 times.
And then you wait. You wait probably a minute, 2 minutes for another contraction.
Well, and it could have just been my body. I could have just been having them back to back to back.
No, you weren't. I was seeing the monitor.
Yeah, but you don't push when you're not having a contraction. So
he was not letting you.
That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah.
So normally you do it 3 times or whatever, maybe twice if you really are dying at the end of it. Every time at the end of my 3rd, I would go to pass out, and he was like, "Go again." He would literally say, "Go again."
And there was no joking about it.
No,
I mean,
he was telling me you need to go again. Yeah. And I was like, I'm so confused. I'm actually Jeremiah was telling me that
I was getting a little worried.
He wasn't scared, but he was getting a little worried because he could tell looking at me that I was I didn't have much more in the tank.
You were gassed. It
I
was
was
out.
So gassed.
Yeah.
And at that point, that's a scary place to feel like you are, because then you don't feel or I feel like my contractions were not effective. My pushes weren't effective.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know what you want me to do right now.
I don't know what I hope he lets us have the conversation next time, because I want to be what would we have done? What would you have done if she would have just stopped? Because, like, he was there. Tate was there. It was just like he was stuck. It was like literally, his head just couldn't
they
come
would have
out.
just like hyped me up so much. They would have made me.
I guess.
And my adrenaline was pumping so hard. And when you're in that moment, I don't know, like, I guess just a woman thing. Like, there's only so much you can understand if you've never experienced that. Like, I was gonna do whatever I had to do to get him out.
It's like your greatest feat. Like,
yeah, it was like I'm not
fulfilling
like
the purpose.
I'm doing this, like, and at that point too, I was that far in, right? Like, it wasn't
there was
just
no
like
backing out. No.
Yeah, it wasn't just like I was laboring. I knew that to get to the other side, I had to push him out.
Yeah,
like there was no way around it at that point.
I was just concerned you were physically going to run out and not have enough. I was like, I don't know.
I low key was though.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have anything left. I was like screaming.
The next.
I don't want to talk about that.
The next time, the next one, I like. If he would have come, then I don't know that you would have had another one for a minute. Like, I was like, this is it.
What do you mean?
This is it. Like, that last push, the last push to get him out.
Oh yeah.
I was like, if you would have done that, I don't know if you would have gotten another one. I would have had to take a big break.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't
because
happening.
I gave it literally everything that I had.
Yeah.
Like,
there was nothing left.
That was what I had.
You left it all on the court, as a basketball player would say. So.
I left it all out there on the floor because then I remember, afterwards. You have the baby for a few minutes, and then, depending on your preferences and whatever, like, they will either do everything on you or they'll take the baby for a minute and get all the measurements and stuff. And I held him on me for a minute, like laying down, and then they took him, and I sat up, and I was like, I don't know.
You were so dizzy.
I was so lightheaded, and I was so dizzy because I had been like bearing down and pushing it wasn't even long. I pushed for 30 minutes. I don't even know
and
if
that's not even a thing. That you didn't even actually push for 30 minutes. Like, you pushed for like 8.
No, I did, because we tried different stuff, like holding the handlebars and the tug of war in the back of the legs. It was between 20 and 30 minutes for sure. But yeah, I sat up in the bed, and I was like, I don't know if you've ever been so dizzy that you turn and you feel like the room goes in slow motion behind you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if I'm looking over, to my left, and then I go to turn to my right, the room doesn't immediately go. It like slowly pans. And I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of scary. Like, that sucks. Like, so you got to hold him first for a while because I couldn't like get there. You were on your phone, so I don't think you heard anything that I was just saying because I was asking you questions, but it's okay.
You wouldn't have asked me. You didn't ask me a question.
Yeah, I did.
You said that I got to hold him first. Which you held him first because he laid on you, and then I held him.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I was asking you about when I was dizzy, like if you've ever experienced something like that before, or if you know the feeling.
Yes, I have. No, I mean, obviously not like that.
Like when you turn your head and
yes, it feels like it's going with you.
It's in slow motion trying to get there. Yeah,
it was, seeing stars is a weird thing.
Yeah. But anyways, it was all worth it, and we're home, and Jack loves him, and we spend 80% of our time trying to save Tate's life.
Keeping Jack from killing him. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's good. It's rewarding. That is, my goodness, that's a whole show on just the experience. I mean, now we're going to have to do another show on like what it looks like. But this is it.
We're still trying to figure out what it looks like.
Yeah, this is our life. And that's kind of what we've grown to share with you over the last couple months. The show's kind of transitioned a little bit more into like what we're doing, what our life looks like, type stuff.
It's just crazy that it feels very surreal that it's here, and we're totally still 100% in just survival mode right now, like just trying to sleep when we can and, try to heal physically and figure out what our normal is and try to adjust Jack the best we can, because that's probably could be another show in and of itself, is just trying to adjust with him and all the things. But it is crazy, and we're just so thankful and excited, like, that he's here and that there's 4 of us now. And like, we got in the car, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, or maybe today, and we've got one of those car monitors that like it's a camera on them, so it's a split screen in the front, and we were like, these are both of our kids.
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
Jack looks 17 years old, and then we have this like little tiny baby, and they're both ours, and they're brothers, and it's like so crazy to just think that less than a week ago he was still in my belly, and it was just us and Jack, and it's just still wild. We're still trying to wrap our brains around it.
Go a whole nother way to end the show, like the people that sit here and try to do like full term abortions. Like, you kidding me?
Oh my gosh, what? Yeah,
that's a thing. Late term, I guess it's a better word for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
One of the most beautiful things that is on the planet.
Yeah,
is,
he's fat boy, but he is a clone of Jack. I don't know if we even said that, but yeah. He looks just like Jack, just 2 pounds heavier. Yeah. And he does have brown hair. He has dark hair. I know
Jack had dark hair. I don't know why you.
No, if you look back at the pictures, it not dark like that. We'll pull up a picture, but I don't think it was as dark as Tate says. But yeah, it was really that was such a sweet memory too. I have of like you telling me that. It was like one of the first things that you said once you saw him on me was like, he looks just like Jack.
Yeah.
And it was just so sweet for me because it was like, I mean, whether or not your kids look similar as babies or they don't look similar even when they're 5 and 9, like it was just like, oh, you know, like we have another one. You know, I don't know. It just made me feel like, oh, they're brothers. You know, they resemble each other, and I just thought it was sweet because I don't know. You wonder how you're gonna feel towards them once they're here, because you spend so much time anticipating and so much time only having one. And not that I love him more because he looks like Jack.
Yeah, literally.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But it was just, it was sweet. And we thought Jack was pretty cute. So we were like, oh, he must be pretty cute.
Oh, man. Well, pretty much we're accepting all coffee and energy drinks to 6647 Green Drive, Suite 109.
Yeah, any caffeine you want to send our way. Because the other thing about this time around is like, we have a 2-year-old that wakes up right at 7 and he's ready to go.
The video that you sent me the other day was one of the realest I've ever seen. Like adults get up, they get out of bed, they stretch, they brush their teeth, like they give you something to drink to get their day rolling. Like toddlers get out of bed and immediately start talking. Yeah. There's no yawning, there's no stretching, there's no nothing.
No.
It's just immediate. Out of the room talking. So that's all fun, all good. It's going to be fun to learn and grow. We'll listen to this show in 2 or 3 years and be like, that was easy. That was nothing.
If we have a third or whatever. Yeah.
I want to go back and listen to shows like right after having Jack now.
I know. It's crazy. The only thing I'll say is this, and we're 1 weekend and we'll see. I'm thankful because my memories of like what it was with Jack are obviously different. So I want to go on the record, it is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like recovery wise and physically wise, and it has its challenges for sure. Like I'm really tired. Oh, that might be our cue. And it's really an adjustment with Jack. I think that's going to be a struggle.
Anybody who's had a kid has had an infant with a toddler, a true toddler, like a 2.5-year-old, like a true
not an 18
middle.
Like
no
2.5, 3-year-old.
Yeah,
help us.
Just let me know what you got, because it just, you can see like I just think there's like subconscious changes in him. Like he's not even trying anything away.
He loves him so much.
Yeah, he loves him.
It's not like that. It's like
it's just his day-to-day activity, like his life. Like he's just become so, it's crazy. He's become like so not, he doesn't listen well. He doesn't do what he normally does. Like his day is just totally changed. Like a week ago, he wasn't doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And just the
things he was
like
getting
overnight.
into, the disobedience, the things that like we don't even have to really like tell him not to do. Yeah. He just is like decided he's not listening, and
which is his routine is changing.
100%. I was telling you this too. Like we had gotten to a point where like we weren't home a lot. Like we had our schedule of activities and places and like things we did and went to, and just realistically, like we can't do that for a while. So I'm trying to be, understanding of that, but It's different for sure. But I think he is ready. Take it up.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you and what you've done for us here on the show, your support over the last couple months, couple years, helping us welcome in this new little precious gift to the world. He's awesome. We can't wait to grow together.
Yep.
Grow this community.
We do, in fact, share a birthday. I think.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even think about that. Yeah. You and.
Yeah. Which is funny.
And 3 out of the 4 of us are all on the 26th.
Yeah, it's fun. But we joked that that it's funny that the induction happened the way that it did, because I think that was just God's way of preparing me that it was going to happen.
He gave you a heads up.
Yeah. Because I went into labor and I never required any medications or any like induction process. So
it just happened.
It just happened, and God was kind enough to just give me a heads up that that's when it was going to happen.
That's right.
And, truthfully, knowing me, knowing us is the last thing I'll say, because we are moving and grooving over here. But I don't know of a better scenario for me, because I did want to go into labor naturally, but I really wanted a chance to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
So, like, we were the most prepared that we could have been.
Yeah. I mean,
still went into labor. Like, not
I packed my bag like 4 days ahead.
Down to the fact of, like, your mom already had Jack. Like, we didn't have to coordinate somebody getting him or coming in the middle of the night.
Which is a good thing, because nobody answered.
Yeah, that's true. That's another story. But, like, our bags were completely packed. Like, the gift was done. Like, everything was done, packed, sitting by the door. And I went into labor. Yeah. So, it was fun. It was good. Great. I'm very thankful for such a good experience. And that we're home and healthy. Well,
there's our story, Tate. If you ever listen to this down the road, that's the story of your arrival.
How you got here.
So, guys, we appreciate you. We thank you. I know that was a little more just of a personal, but that's kind of what the show is. Like I said, sharing and documenting our journey along the way. So
we'll get into some fun parenting stuff about probably what not to do over the next few weeks.
Pretty much. So. It's going to be a good couple of weeks. We got a lot of things coming up ahead. We got some hiring things we got to get figured out. Got a lot of work on the books to get done. So we're pumped. We're excited, but it's going to be draining. So keep us in your prayers. We would appreciate that for real. We love you. We thank you. We care about you. Come back and sit with us here for Wednesday and Friday show. Listen in. Hopefully we can help you grow in one way or another. Without any further ado, guys, that's going to wrap this one up, and we'll catch up with you here on the next one.
Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.